Brian Parker, how are you?
Not too bad, my friend. And yourself?
Good. It's been a quite an interesting day. One of the things I just wanted to talk about first, our repository is really getting quite an attention, on GitHub. I saw just tonight, I saw that we hit 100 stars. That's pretty sweet. And you build something right, you actually follow, you play by the book, by the rules, you kind of get that kind of nice, kind of attention, and people will learn. And just, one of the coolest things that happened is that, Christo just reached out to me and he said, hey, can I be a maintainer for your repository? The the repository, I just want to make sure that your libraries are up to date, your code is okay, any cleanup you need. I appreciate these kind of contributors in the community that are, kind of working behind the scenes, kind of making sure that things are in good shape and good format. So anyway, without any further ado, do you want to let's see, where did we stop? We did merge our brokers PR, right? I think that's what happened yesterday. Let's take a look here. Here's OpenAI, and let me just take a look. It's been a minute. So all these code drops I merged. There's a documentation. Then we did push that post chat completion PR, which is great. Um, So let's see here what we can do next in the next session. I want to be able to. So let's start with Kailu here. Kailu, do you want to start writing a foundation service for me here? Yeah. Do you need a minute? Where's Kay? I'll kick it off, and then these guys will catch up. If Elbic and Kailu, if you guys can turn on your cameras if possible. Just so our stream kind of people see who they're talking to, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, I'll just pick up from main here real quick, and then we'll see. Let's see here what we can do. So we need to build a foundation service for the chat, right? And the chat also needs a model, Brian, right? So that means there will be a point in time where we need to kind of go ask the API, what are the models that you have, right? Before
Mhm.
we kind of use any of these models. In a way, this might fix the problem that we have with the what's the drop down of models that are available, because we don't know what they are. They can change all the time. But if we tell people here's an API that you can call that will get you all the models that you need, that might probably be a good idea. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I was trying to investigate this, and I found the model's endpoint, but I really don't know how to filter that. So that's my issue. Um,
Right, right. Uh,
because
mhm.
it seems to spill out all the models that we can use for all the different endpoints, but I'm not sure how to filter that for the particular endpoints.
Right. And we did agree to say that this is send message, right? So this is going to be send message. So let
Hmm.
me let me do this real quick. So here is a chat send, right? So here we go. And I'm gonna create under OpenAI under services foundations. I'm gonna create a new folder here. I'm gonna call it chats, and then I'm gonna call this chat service. So let's start with the interface. Here we go. So here is iChat service, and this chat service here is my um, here's my copyrights, and then I want to say value task chat, and I don't think we have a local model yet, do we, for this one?
No,
We don't.
we only have the externals.
Right. So let's create those first then. So I have the um, in the chat model in here. I'm gonna go ahead and create. Well, where did we model services foundations? Huh. I usually don't really put services in here, but I think that's okay. I think that might be okay considering that there will be other models that are potentially not service related. Yeah, there, Diogo. Good morning. Okay, and then we went and said external chat completions. Then we need chats in here as well. So let's go ahead and there and say chats. And then under chats, I want to create a chat model. Should I call it chat or should I call it chat completion? What do you think? What did we call this one? Chat completions?
Mm.
External completions, external chat completions. Okay. And in the completions, we created a completion and then all the bunch of things that are underneath. Okay, fine. Let's do it this way. So here is my chat request and here is my chat response. Hey Yusuf, how are you doing?
Hey, Hassan, how's it going?
Good, 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 good. All right, let's do this. I know that this chat guy will have a prop. If I do shift tab, it will bring me back to the previous kind of piece in the property that I'm defining. So here's that's request, right? And then I also have chat response, and that's my response. If I say chat response in the property itself, that will be redundant, right? And this guy is the guy that the outside world will be talking to, so I think that's okay. I want to think about a new way of doing this. Hey, Caitlin. Um, one of these things that I want to talk about is, can we flatten that model, right? If you look at your chat completions in here, you will notice that, there's a choice in here. Choice is not very obvious in terms of terminology. There is external chat completion message, and then the request has all of these, right? It's massive, right? The problem that I'm having with flattening the model is that there will be a lot of these things that are happening in here, which we don't have particularly a a nice way to represent a model without adding all this craziness, into the model itself. So just an idea for the community to think about. I'm thinking about flattening that model. Instead of having chat, request, response, I want it to just be called chat, right? And the reason for that is, even from a usability standpoint, I don't want the user to be going in circles. Like, think about the completion model. I don't want them to be going in circle formulating request and taking the response and then adding the response back in the request so they can have an ongoing conversation. I want it to be a little bit smarter than that. I want them to be able to go and say, well, here is the response, which has the exact same properties as the request, and I can just put that response back as a request and get more and more data out of it. So that's a crucial, important point in here. Okay, uh, I'll think about that a little bit, and we'll see what we can do here. Of course, chat request and chat response will be public models because that's what the end users are going to be using, right? And we're going to be using it across, so there's that. And then let's start from the request. So in the chat completion request, there is all that stuff in there, right? So I'm going to take all of these as is, just like that. And I'm going to put them right here in that request. And then we're going to clean up some stuff, right? Just like I showed everyone before, if you have a bunch of things like these that you don't need for your API kind of thing, you can do Alt-Shift and then select all the JSON property stuff like this. And then from there, you can really just go and do Control-Shift, pick up that guy, do Shift-End, delete. There you go. And now you took out all of these guys, just like that. Okay. And then these messages rely on external chat completion message. So we're gonna need a local model called chat message. Okay, I'm gonna call it chat completion just so people just so we stay consistent with the completion like this. And this will be chat completions like that, which means that this will be chat completions like this. And then I want a chat completion request and a chat completion response. So this is chat completion request right here. And a chat completion response like this. Okay. Hey Bilal, Mubarak to you too. Um, and now I need a chat completion message. So I'm gonna go and create this model as well. There you go, chat completion massage. And what is inside the chat completion message here? So the message that we have in here just has a role and content, right? So let's go ahead and say here is a string role, and then the content was what, Elbic? Do you remember? What was the content? Just the message itself? Like hello, whatever?
I don't remember. Let me double check.
It's the message itself, I'm pretty sure.
It's just the message? Okay, so if it is the message, I know why they said content though, because if I say message here, it's redundant, right? Because you're saying chat completion message. But we can also say, I don't know, is content is the term content, because this is our model. Brian, just for the people watching, and people with us in the channel, the what we're talking about here is that there's a leakage of terminology that's happening even in our models. The whole reason why we're creating our own abstract model is that we can fix the answer. Like for instance, I'm not super happy about, for completions that in our response we're saying choices. What is choices? We should say answers. We should say something that's more meaningful than this, right? Hey, Gregory.
I sent the response in the chat.
The response, the content,
Yeah,
yeah. So it is the message, right? Okay, I mean, I'm not sure about the terminology here, but I think it's something that we need to think about. Since we're in beta, we get to break things and, just have no problem with it whatsoever because we're breaking it. Okay, we have temperature, all of that, stop stream, frequency, and all that. I got all that down. And then also, let's see here, I have chat completion. So that's on the request side. Now on the response side, what do we have here on the external response? I have these guys in here. So here's my chat completion response. And I also want to do the same thing. So I'm going to pick up this guy here, select all of them, just go to the end, shift end, and then take that out, and then we're done here. We need choice and usage in here. So I need chat completion choice and chat completion usage. Chat completion choice and a chat completion usage. Chat completion usage, like that. And we need to kind of add some stuff to it. Is public because this is the external model. Control K E should be good. And here's the choice. Control Key E, control period. Oh, don't do that. So, Brian, did you have to do a special configuration to make your Visual Studio do the new and improved namespace kind of file namespace kind of thing?
I can't remember where I found it. It's I think it was in the code cleanup somewhere. It just was an option in there.
Okay, cool,
As it, yeah.
cool. So this is here. This is on the choice, chat completion choice. I'm gonna paste that in here. Here is my little magic trick. Take that out. We're done. And then this here will be a chat completion message, which is a chat completion message, which we created a local model for it. And inside that chat completion message, I assume that this is your role and content. So this chat completion choice has another object inside of it. And that object had, man, people are gonna struggle to get the answers out of this thing. We're really gonna need to think about, because now you have to be aware of the model and where things are placed, which is quite a trip, right? Um, anyway, so this is chat completion choice, and this is chat completion usage. Chat completion usage. Completion usage. And I don't know if I actually pulled in the properties for the usage. No, I did not. So here is my usage right here. I'm going to pull all that stuff in. Here is my usage like this, and then like this. Shift. There you go. And here's prompt tokens and all that. Okay. So this usage, I'm assuming, is basically telling you here's how much tokens you're consuming because you're restricted by some kind of, limitation or something like that. Like if you run out, like I know with the chat completion, if you run outside of 4,000 something, it's over. Like this is This is as far as you can go, right? And you can't take it any further than that.
I think one you tell it how many it can use, and the other one tells me how many. This one here tells you how many it actually used.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I have all of this in place. I'm just gonna add these in here. I'm gonna do this. So this is, I'm just taking a quick look. Okay, cool. All right, let's go back to the service. So my chat service, I'm gonna call it chat completions. Chat completions service. So that means this is iChat completion service. So that renames everything. Completion. I wish it did like what is it, writer and any Java IDE in general. It takes care of that for you. It basically goes in and renames the namespace for you. Anyway, you're taking in a chat completion and you're basically saying, what should we say, Brian? Send chat completion async.
Yeah. As opposed to send message.
Mm. We might expose APIs in the future that just says send message, receive message. Like a higher order business logic, like a processing service or something to that effect that basically kind of gives you that kind of capability. Like if someone just wants to talk, they don't want to figure out the models, they don't want to do configurations. They just want to talk to the AI, right? We're gonna need to add these processing services that give us that kind of APIs. I'm totally okay with that, but it's gonna have to be processing service because it's doing higher order business logic for it.
Well,
Okay.
and I think if we're going to have any higher level services, I'm happy with that name. So, yeah.
Okay, so send chat completion async. What did we call the other completion then, just for the sake of consistency?
I think we.
Prompt.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. They never mentioned prompt in here, so here's chat completion async, and this is 90 lines, 90 characters, so that should be okay. And this is internal service, it's not supposed to be exposed to the outside world, even though it's working with public models, so that should be okay. So chat completion service, there you go. And then here is here's my service here. It inherits from iChat completion service. Control period pulls in the implementation. I need a OpenAI broker. There you go. And then give me the constructor. Done. And then let's go ahead and fat arrow this baby. And that's a bare bone kind of service implementation, right? We don't have anything sitting here yet. We just have this is going on for us. All right. Next step is to write a test for it, right? Okay, Lou, do you want to take this one?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, okay. I'm sending this as a data add chat completion model. You're gonna have to play with the random properties, just heads up. So it's gonna be a little trip.
Okay.
All right, save and commit. It's all yours. Go to town.
Okay.
Diogo says, question, should we rename completions to text completions? What do you think, Brian?
I think, of course, that's where we should go. I'm not sure about text completions. I know maybe just completions.
So chat completions and text completions, or chat and text, or
I think chat completions and just completions, personally.
chat completions what did you say? Chat completions and just completions? Okay.
Because
Elbic, Yusuf, go ahead, Brian.
I think chat completions is like a specialization of completions when you think about it.
It's true. Even how they designed their API, Diogo, they basically said that you have completions API, and then you have completion slash chat or chat slash completions, something like that. So I think that's where that's coming from, I think. All right, Kay, take it home. I don't know. Diogo, it's just something to think about. I'm not totally opposed to it. I don't know. Elbic, Yusuf, what do you guys have to say about this?
Um, since we haven't met this text terminology in the API or anything yet, I would like our chat completion to stay
Chat
as is.
completion. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I have some good news for you. I'm gonna make 2 sessions
Yeah.
for OpenAI. I don't know if you heard that, you know,
I have heard that. Yeah.
and I don't know. Was I talking about that in the OData session earlier?
Yes.
And I thought to myself, so people like Ricky, because Ricky, I know it's midnight for you now, right? He's so happy about this.
It's one
And I
thirty.
know, and I know that Yusuf also doesn't like to stay late, or doesn't usually stay late. So, um, what I'm thinking here, guys, is that OpenAI will be like 2 sessions. It's like the European time zone where people are working at noon. It would be noon for me, and there is this, I don't know, American time zone, where people are just kind of working after hours and stuff like that. But hey, if I'm gonna give you access to live stream, and you're gonna have to run the session because I
Yeah.
may or may not. That's like midday for me, dude. Like there's if I showed you my schedule, you'll freak out. So I I don't know if I will be able to be available, but you'll have access to my StreamYard. You'll be able to literally, but don't do to me like they did to Linus Tech Tips this morning. There is this famous YouTuber. His name is Linus Tech
Yeah.
Tips. They took down his entire channel. Like his entire channel went down. They hacked it.
Wow.
It's so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. Diego says even in OpenAI documentation they have both terms in
Wow.
different places. That's true. I did see that. I think it's an idea. Okay, I haven't heard Yusuf's idea about this yet. Yusuf, what do you got to say about this?
Actually, I'm pulling up all of the stuff for this particular project. So I'm looking at the documentation. I'm trying to open up. Well, I'm on the OpenAI or the Standard.ai OpenAI
Oh,
project.
gotcha. You're picking up all the
So
stuff.
just like,
Gotcha.
yeah, parsing through all of this
Yep, yep,
documentation.
yep. Take your time. While Yusuf is doing this, Ricky, what do you think? Any ideas?
You mean by the naming?
Yeah, the terminology. So what Diogo's saying, hey, if you're gonna say chat completions, then you should say text completions in the other one, at least for the sake of consistency.
Mm.
But he's also like the documentation, like Brian's side of the fence is basically saying is, you know, you know, the completion itself, is a main thing, and chat is just a subset out of it, right? And it's true. Chat, by the way, chat completion is just text completion, isn't it, Brian?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
you would have said it would have been text and then chat would be chat because there's another one that's code complete,
mm,
right?
mm, mm. Oh, the code completion also comes from completion, so slash code slash completions as well. Interesting. So they're making their own products basically. So it's all text completions, but they're basically adjusting it a little bit to be more usable. Ah, this will be very interesting. Do we stay at the primitive levels of this API, or do we also integrate their own products? Because back to Paul Wardy's kind of idea from earlier, if we're gonna spell this, not every AI model is gonna give you the chat option.
Mm.
It, it's gonna be an interesting discussion.
Mm.
Like he wants to stay primitive, like CRUD operations, you know, the equivalent of a CRUD operations for an OpenAI model. I don't know. I think it's a good point. I think Diogo, raises a good point. What about people in the chat? Bilal, Caitlin, Catalin, sorry. Catalin, Gregory, people in the chat. What do you guys have? Should I make I just discovered that you can do on live streams, you can do like a poll. So I threw a poll in there just to ask people how they feel about the standard and whether it's easy to understand and all that kind of stuff. Some people said easy, some 71% said it's medium. It's medium level. It's not too bad. Oh, I can't start a poll more than once. Well, that sucks. There's always rules for everything, right? There's always rules. So, Kailu, just to kind of, get you here in the same boat, it's pretty much the same as completions, except that the models look a tiny bit different.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I know.
It's actually a cut down of the models, and they change prompts to messages.
Oh, and did they take away any did they take away any existing properties? Brian, do you know, do you see something missing in there? I think.
Yeah, they did take away properties from the original. Uh, yeah, from the original
Aha.
completions. I didn't have to put any new ones in. I can't. I don't think. And the only one that was different was messages. Yeah.
So, Kailu, are you trying to pull the name of the properties? Is that what you're trying to do right now?
Yeah,
Okay, so go back to the top. I'll show you my tricks. Go all the way to the top, and then do select the open squiggly. Just highlight it, and then do Alt Shift period. Keep going until you select all of them. There's a way to select all of them at once, but I want this to be specific selection. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going until you get to the bottom. There you go, and then take left, and then do Control Shift left. Good. Advice for the wise, pick up also the type with you, so when you put this in a random thing, at least you know what type you're generating for each one of these. So again, Control Shift left. Just take the type with you because I know what you're trying to do. Just so you understand, but this will help you a lot. What happened? Ah, you
I
lost it?
lost it.
Okay, do it again. That's all right.
So I actually just select the get and use the Control Alt Shift and semicolon because
To,
there's
to,
only
s-
get
to select
because
all of them
yeah
with the get.
because they're on yeah. Otherwise you're fighting with the others.
Yep, yep, that's it. Let's go. I know you picked up more than what you need, but this will
Let's
just
let's
so you
get
guys know, Kailu is like the Hulk of our team. Like, if you want something like heavy duty muscle kind of work, that's Kailu. You know, that's the kind of things that you want Kailu on. If you want brainy stuff, bring Christo and Paul. These are like the mad scientists of our team, right? And then people differ. Like, every engineer out there, they have levels of mad science versus mad cowboys. Or, they all go back and forth between these two, right? There's of course, the third kind, which is like the advocate kind of engineer. People that are not afraid to go out there and be like, hey, look at this. This is how you do this and whatnot. They all have their places in an engineering team. I think you couldn't actually have any sustainable team without these folks. If you have an entire team of mad scientists, your project will never be delivered. If you have an entire team of cowboys, your project will be delivered, but then you will be spending 10 times as much trying to pay for support because they will give you the most cut corner, half-assed system you've ever developed, right? If you have a team of developers, you won't get either. You won't get anything, sorry, advocate developers. You won't get either, right? So you want all these three to kind of collaborate together. Gregory says, I'm with Brian and Elbic down the road. It may need some clarification for the ultimate users. That's right. Like the people who are actually familiar with the terminology and all that. Well, sometimes you end up trying to make a decision about this. Like, sometimes you have to discriminate between the people that will be consuming your library. What's the vast majority? What do the people want? And how do you determine that endpoint? Sometimes you just need to offer the options, like you see how they say advanced users, mid-level users and entry-level users, and then you just give them the APIs that kind of fits their experiences. Like at the exposure layer, we can do anything we want. But you know what, Brian? We definitely gonna need processing services. I know that for sure.
should I
100%.
should I follow these default values?
No, we actually want to get rid of them, but because this is tested, it doesn't matter because we're gonna mock this response anyway. We just
Okay.
want to we are testing the mapping. Is the mapping working the way it's expected to? That's all. Hey Ricky, do you wanna take the lead on making the test pass after Kailu's done?
Yeah, I'm trying to set up Visual Studio here before, just in case. I I gotta have a funny feeling you're gonna ask me that.
Oh yeah. If you're on the stream, I'm gonna ask you. I don't know, like there was I'm not gonna mention names. There was someone on a stream once, and I was like, "Hey, dude, are you ready to take some code?" He'd be like, "No, I'm on my work computer." I was like, "What are you doing here? Why are you on the stream?" Then just go back and watch it on YouTube. If you're gonna show your face, you're gonna write code. That's how we're gonna play, okay? Let's see. I mean, there are like, yeah, I mean, there's also a lot of people that just like to work individually, and Gregory, Rami, and these folks, they just say, "Listen, I'm not really interested into going on a stream, but I'd like to pick up something and run with it." I appreciate that. Okay, I think it's Angie at you because of you know what you're doing. I don't need to tell this one anything. Don't tell Kailu anything until he asks. If he doesn't ask, just let him do his thing. As long as the cursor is moving, he'll be fine.
He just hasn't got to it yet.
Yeah, yeah. And Ricky and Yusuf, since you guys are pulling this down, please, please, please let me know. Like, ideally, I want the project to be, fork, clone, build, run, succeed. Is the project acting this way, or are you running into problems? One of the biggest issues that I've seen in projects in the past is that you have to kind of do a rain dance to freaking get the project to run because there's all these knobs that you have to turn. Oh, wait, you didn't set up the configuration. Oh, wait, you're supposed to, get permission to this. And the project, you take 3, 4 days just to get onboarded to a project. It's ridiculous. That's not how software is supposed to work. You're supposed to clone, run, build, publish. It's over.
So in my case, I'm basically almost set up. I'm just not getting the changes from the branch right now for some reason.
Oh,
At least
you are
the basic one. At least the basic one.
the which branch? This branch that we're on right now?
Yeah, I'm not getting the chat folder per se.
What? Did I not push? I know I pushed something. Hold on, let's take a look. Brian, can you confirm on your side? Same thing, LB. You guys pulled the. Let's see here. No, the branch is there, dude. Let's see here. And you are a contributor on
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I even like
You checked on the
re-
web page.
yeah, I even reclone and everything just to make sure. But yeah, I don't
Do
know.
do do a git pull origin users Hassan Habib slash foundations dash chat dash send and see what the error message that you're getting is. It could be something. Always go native. Always go native. Eric Jonathan says, "Hi all, I'd like to follow you guys on LinkedIn, but I can't find your usernames. If you could post something here, thanks." Huh. I should probably post your usernames. Should I? You know. How do I answer on LinkedIn? This StreamYard doesn't even let me answer on LinkedIn. Elbit, can you catch this guy on LinkedIn stream and give him just make sure he's not a bot because he could be collecting data.
Um, I think it was Ricky who talked about not getting the updates. I just
Mm,
cloned the repo and then did a git switch. So if you navigate to the actual GitHub repo and then just copy the branch that's currently being worked on, you can do a git switch, and that worked for me. I guess try that, see if it works.
Git switch. I've never done git switch before. Nice.
It's this, yeah, git switch is essentially like git checkout, checking out a branch while pulling in the latest changes at the same time.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just using the Visual Studio option, which
Mm.
is working fine. It's giving me everything, even the remote branches and everything, but it's just not updating for some reason.
Why is it doing that? I don't think I've done anything different. I don't think. Other than, is my user a user? Yeah, my user is right. Darn it. Elbic, are you seeing the same problem? Like if you pull the branch, do you get the same issue on your side?
Uh,
Eric,
it
Eric
works
says,
fine for me.
Eric says I'm not a bot, I swear. That's
Yeah.
that's exactly what a bot would say, Eric. All right. Give this guy our names. Let him have fun. He's a nice guy. He wants to connect to us and learn and that stuff. Let's go. All right, Eric. I believe you. I think. I think. This is hilarious. I don't know what happened to Parker. We lost him for a second there. Parker, what happened?
My Explorer decided to have a glitch.
I'm not doing these sessions without you. So, you better look, you started this with me. You're in this with me now. So,
I'm
whatever
back.
goes down, you're tied to this. If you're gonna show up one day and say, Hassan, I'm taking a month off, I'll be like, okay, no sessions for a month. That's exactly what's gonna happen. So, you better stick around because that's how we're gonna do it. Ask me something a bot couldn't answer, I'll chat GPT it. Okay, let's ask Eric something. So Eric, I don't think ChatGPT can answer that one. You know, what's Brian's shirt color? ChatGPT doesn't see Brian, so it doesn't know. Maybe Eric is Brian. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. The plot is thickening. Okay.
So from what I'm seeing here in the commits on GitHub, it's saying that your last commit it was on add chat completion model.
Yeah, that's correct. Data at chat completion model. That's correct.
Okay.
So other than what Kailu is working on right now, I just basically do the easy stuff and I let Kailu do the really heavy, hard stuff. But other than that, I don't know why Twitch is I didn't okay, so Rami is on Discord is telling me Twitch is reporting this stream as a rerun. Might be StreamYard integration doing something funny. Funsy. All right. Brian, there's this lady up in Australia. You know these little thumbnails that I put on my YouTube videos? Like when you go to a YouTube video, you see like a thumbnail, right? The
Mm.
intro. All of this is written with a program called Canva, right? And Canva was designed and developed by a lady up your neck of the woods. She's in Australia. And when her startup started to generate over $1 billion, she started saying anything beyond a certain point, I'm going to offer the product for free. I've never seen anyone do that in a startup. That's amazing. She's really sweet. She's a really nice lady. Trying to find the story for you, but it's I've never seen anything like this. It's really cool. Mm.
So I got it working.
What was the thing?
I'm tired. That's it.
You're probably doing something
Error,
uh,
error between keyboard and chair.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. Her startup went up to $26 billion. Oh my God. She's a young girl. Her name is she's born in 87. Her name is she's from Perth, Australia, and her name is Melanie Perkins, and her startup reached up to $26 billion. Can you believe this? It's amazing, like amazing, amazing, and yeah, there's a lot of good people out there in Australia. I like Australian people. I have quite a few friends over there, and Brian.
Yeah. I'm just someone different.
I should tell Scott Atkinson to go meet you somehow. Scott Atkinson and Alice, they should go meet you at some point in time, from Australia. They're both in Sydney. How far are you from Sydney? Are you too far from Sydney? Is that what it is?
Sydney's an 8-hour drive, about an hour by plane.
Wow. So
Even
Yusuf,
though,
mm,
yeah, Sydney's the capital city of the state I live in, but it's I'm actually closer to Brisbane. It's only about an hour and a half drive to Brisbane.
nice, nice. Okay, if you see random people showing up at your home, I'll make sure they hang in a sign that says the standard, and you will know they're coming from my way. Like, hey, my people, what can I do for you?
Come in, break bread.
Break bread. Come one and come all. Robert Cook says nice. Maybe Eric
Yeah.
is okay. Yeah, we got this.
Cookie's a friend of mine. He's that friend that got a job with Azure DevOps.
Oh, Robert Cook, that's your friend.
Yeah.
Okay. What up, Robert Cook? How are you? Robert Cook is probably like, oh no, they're calling me on TV. TV talks back to you. Brian, there was actually an incident with Samsung TVs listening in on their users. Did you hear about that? That was really bad. That was really bad. It's crazy. Robert's like, yeah, going good. Okay. I wanted to surprise Robert with some of the Australian slang, but Brian, you didn't confirm some of it, so I'll just say Macca's. Hey Yusuf, hey Yusuf, what do you think Macca's is? Macca's. Just take a wild guess. Something people say in Australia. Macca's. Macca's.
What's like the context of using the word or the phrase?
I love Macca's. Intentionally vague just to mess with you.
Is that actually how you would use it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love Macca's. Yeah, totally legit.
Parties.
Well, there is a party that happens there.
No idea.
Macca's is what they call McDonald's. They don't say McDonald's, say Macca's.
Oh,
Now
okay.
here's
Okay.
where it gets crazy though. My Australian friend, she talked to this guy in New York, right? And she's telling him, "Oh, Macca's," and he Americanized it in like a minute. You know what he turned it to?
Hmm.
Mackey's.
Nice.
Mackey's.
Nice.
I I sometimes heard Mega D's.
Nigga D's. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. I
Yeah,
guess
Mickey D's. That's what people
Mhm.
say.
Mickey D's. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yusuf meet Ricky. He's my friend. He's from Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, nice to meet you.
I told you people here are from all over the place. Elbik is
Yeah.
in Uzbekistan. Brian is in Australia. Kailu is downstairs. That's where Kailu is. He's just downstairs.
Is he there against his free will downstairs, or
Yeah,
is it
yeah. Just just
okay?
just tie his feet and tell him write code until I say it's over. And of course, yeah, no, just so you guys know, both Yusuf and Kailu, they're literally just 1 minute away from me. All of them are around me here. And
Yeah.
hopefully I'll get to see you all in person as well at some point in time.
Always looking forward to it. So I'm starting to understand what you were talking about when you said it might be a little bit of a pain for the end user to get the actual content, to have to keep going through model
Yep.
model. Like, but I feel like since it's not really like Chat GPT in particular kind of doesn't help in that regard, where it kind of creates that problem for itself.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah,
it's
I'd be in,
still it's still nerdy, sciencey. Mm-hmm.
yeah. I would be interested to see if you were going to make different exposure layers, how that would look.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
what we're gonna do, I want to offer a client called advanced completions. I know what I'm doing. I need the advanced version of a completion. Or
Right.
you have completions where you just send something, get something. That's it. You don't know what's happening underneath. You don't care. You're not
Right.
even passing a model, for God's sake. You're passing them as parameters. So you're basically going and saying, here's params, here's all the sentences that I want to send, and here's my, token count or whatever. Optional options, basically. We're
Okay.
gonna have to
Yeah.
go that route. But in order for that to happen, like these foundation services are called foundations for a reason, right? They're just supposed to be underneath, they're supposed to be hidden in the dark, and then something that goes on top of them that makes them a little bit more usable and reliable. The story of this library itself is going to be interesting because I am showing people all my tricks, literally all my tricks, right? Uh, I got feedback from some people be like, "Oh my God, I've never seen you do this integration stuff. I've never seen this dependency inject." By the way, go back to what Rami Abghazala did with the dependency injection. He made it even prettier than what I have done, and that's the beauty of this community. Just people will come in and be like, "Oh, you did it this way. Let me do you one better." Right? And I love that. I love that people are just willing to go that extra mile to do that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, Eric never answered my Brian Parker shirt color question. Eric Jonathan. So that basically means we know what Eric John. Elbic, you just fed a bot all our information. Nice. Did you give him my LinkedIn? Don't give him my LinkedIn. Oh no, the stream is coming through this. Of course he knows where my LinkedIn is. Look, only when I mention his name, he answers to pretend that he's real. All right, what do you got, Eric? Agree, chat completion sounds right. More specific completions then can be used for something else that are more general. Okay. That's from an earlier, I think LinkedIn might be streaming, or maybe Eric is watching from earlier or something like that. Yeah. Thank you for answering him, Elbic. Appreciate it. Kailu, take what we did with completions and just do the same in the folder right underneath it.
It's the names and stuff are a little different though.
What do you mean? Yeah, I know, but you're just gonna
Oh,
replace
okay.
these. The rest is unless you want to do it your way. I'm okay with it. I'm just making a suggestion, trying to make things easier for you. So
How come I got a red squiggly under prompts?
yeah, because some dude pushed a change to change it. It's not a real error, It's
Yep,
just
yep.
Kailu's Visual Studio trying to catch up. But I already put an issue out there and said, hey, somebody change prompt to prompts because it's actually an array, and they just did it this morning. Hey, Elbic, thanks for telling your community to do all these things. This is really great. I appreciate it. And just for the people watching, on April 12th, I've booked another session with Inside.net channel, so we get to talk about this OpenAI. Yusuf, these are the people that I told you about, earlier. They're really nice people, nice community. They kind of try to talk about. They're very inclusive. They bring everyone in. They talk to everybody, and they have no filters. They just say it the way it is. They're not associated or related to anybody, so they'll just say how they feel it.
Right.
Hmm.
I saw that Kylo used the dynamic keyword. I didn't actually know that there was such a word for C sharp. And
Mm.
so I just did a quick Google search, and it says it's like basically it doesn't it makes it so it doesn't check types at compile time. What's the, I guess, the usage of that? Why would I choose to use that over like the keyword var instead?
Albek, do you want to explain that one?
I just know that you cannot say var as a return type of the method, so you need to use dynamic at that time.
So,
But
so we're go
you
ahead.
can use var if you're doing return type that's of a method that's typed, I guess.
Yeah,
Just
but
saying like a
but there's no type. We want a bag of data that is
oh,
not typed. And the reason for that
interesting.
is yeah, we're applying like the Euclid law of axioms. We're basically saying generate random data and make that random data provide the input and also provide the output and let the method do the actual logic. Because your unit test is not supposed to be doing the actual logic in any way, shape, or form. So in order for that to happen, we can't do the exact same logic that the method is doing. But what we
I
can
see.
do, we can create the result and we create the input and see if if the business logic and the method will reach the same conclusion.
I see.
Mm.
Wow.
Kailu, why everything is yelling at you right now? What happened? Look at your namespace. Chat. Oh, you have chat completions. Look. The namespace. Chat completions.
Okay.
This should be, and the same thing for the class as well. Yeah, you got it. That's it. I think it might be a little less angry now. A little less. Nice. Oh, you did a find and replace. That's why. Got it. Got it. There should be only tiny differences like oh, why OpenAI mock is not happy with the chat
Could you
completion
could you
dot send.
could you check the dot test file to see the namespace as well, since you're doing partial?
Well, it's finding the private class member, so it is working,
Oh, okay.
right?
I see it now. Yeah.
But now it's just the properties fix. He's trying to fix the properties for these models. Okay. Elbic people are voting that, understanding the standard is medium. It's not easy, it's not hard. It's medium level. I think that's fair. There's
Yeah.
a lot going on in there. Like Paul Wardy the other day just said, the standard is not easy. It's just that we're going extra miles to make it simple and easy for people, but there's a lot of rules going on in there. I don't know. I need to make it even simpler. Brian, what was the hardest thing to wrap a head around in the standard? The hardest thing that you had to kind of think about and
Uh, for me, for me, it was just I have an issue with remembering the appropriate syntax. Like it's
naming.
the
Mm.
language you guys use
Mm.
for the pull requests and all that sort of stuff. Other than that, I don't really struggle with it. I
That's
just
that's what.
feel
Mhm,
I just
mhm, mhm.
feel incompetent when I'm doing it because I haven't struggled with the names. That's all. Yeah.
I think that's why Christo had to kind of go ahead and write the team standard. He wrote these practices.
Mhm.
I didn't have any immediate plans to do this. I just continue. You have to know, and I know a lot of people in the community have started to catch on that. I prefer, man to man handover rather than just, having a bot or a thing tell you what to do, right? Um, but it also has its downsides, right? It has its downsides because not a lot of people want to read. Some people learn differently, right? People. I was just talking to Yusuf about this a couple of weeks ago. I said some people learn by reading, some people learn by practicing, some people learn by watching, and some people learn by chaos. We were sitting at the coffee shop, and there was an educator sitting nearby, and she had to interrupt. Do you remember, Yusuf? She was like, "Can I please tell you something?" And I was like, "What?" She said, "I never heard learning by chaos. That's very interesting." I was like, "Yeah, it's great. Thank you for the." And some people do, right? Brian, some people just kind of break things, and when things break in front of them, and they continue.
My,
I mean, if you have little kids, that's pretty much what they do. They just put everything in their mouth and see what tastes good and what doesn't taste. That's learning by chaos. You know, you're just throwing things all over the air, and they're seeing what makes sense.
Yeah, sometimes they're beauty in chaos. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's always good when you can put it back together.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. No, it's very interesting. So while Kailu is doing this, I'm now just seeing the stream. What are we gonna do about the stream? Do we do IA sync enumerable? Do we do yield? We want the API to continue to just give us. I know Yusuf played around with stream. Yusuf, you played with streams, right?
Well, I used it as an endpoint. So yeah, I've used it quite a bit. Yeah.
What are we gonna do with that? We need to develop a broker integration to kind of enable stream. I know Brian has been kind of touching on that a little bit. So can someone just explain it to me as if I'm like a 3-year-old, right? Stream, you just you're keeping the connection open with the API? Is that what we're talking about here?
So
Okay.
when you post, it actually returns a stream result. The stream result keeps on trickling through into, I think there's like markers in the stream that show you when the end of lines are and when the end of the stream is. But it'll basically, as it's working out the answer, it'll just feed you like a word at a time or a phrase at a time.
And does
Through.
RESTful Sense actually support that today?
No, it doesn't. This is what I was talking to you about.
Is it
Uh,
You
is it
put,
like lazy loading?
lazy load? No, no, I don't
No.
think it's. No, 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 no. Lazy loading is when you only consume something when you use it. I think Brian's talking about something else. What were you saying, Brian? Sorry.
yeah, yeah. So RESTful sense. This is what I was talking to you about. RESTful sense at the moment. It doesn't seem to handle streams in the way that we need it to for this project. So we need to be able to post an object and return a stream. And I don't think it has that use case.
Hmm. I might need to talk to Christo. Yusuf, I remember you pushed something in RESTful Sense a while ago for streaming,
Oh,
octet streams. Do you remember? Did that ever come through? Did that ever work?
so it did work. Um,
Good.
yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna do exactly what we wanted to do, but yeah, you could take a look. I'm also gonna have to read up on it because it's been a while since I
Yep.
visited or used RESTful Sense.
I think at looking at your work there, what you did was you post a stream and return a stream,
Mm-hmm.
which is which
That's what
is
he did. Mm-hmm.
yeah, which is pretty close to what we want. But it's yeah,
Yeah.
Brian, we should work on this. We should push a feature. It's all yours if you want to, you know.
thanks. Another weekend in restful sense.
Oh wait, yeah, right. You're the one who did the ignore nulls and stuff like that. Oh my God. Fine, I'll talk to
No,
Christo.
it's all right. I'm good with it, my friend. I just
So just to bring you guys up to speed, when we first started doing this, the API wouldn't recognize null values, right? It was basically because C# doesn't understand null integer if it's not nullable. So it would send the integer with its default value, which is 0, right? But we didn't want 0. We wanted it to not happen at all. So what Brian did, he went and upgraded RESTful Sense to say, if you're giving me values that are not assigned in the first place, I'm just going to omit them and I'm going to consider them as null, right? That was a big one for us because it would really hurt the usability of OpenAI.net or standard AI.openai.net because now people who don't really care about the probabilities and usages and all that nonsense would have to fill in these fields whether they understand them or not, which is terrible. We don't want that, right? So the beautiful thing about this, Brian was done with this. Chris to win and took it, tested it, and published it and then put it out there. I didn't have to engage at all. I love that. All I had to do is just post the link on LinkedIn, and people said, "Yay, Hassan, good job." And I was like, I feel a little guilty. I didn't do anything about this. But I have to give shout outs to people, of course. This is really important. On the topic of the standard for the team, Gregory says, I keep a captured image of the naming section open on the site for reference because he opens up a lot of pull requests. Gregory puts a lot of pull requests, like a lot. There's also a guy called, just so you guys know, his name is uh, Gumim Gumimindor. He's he's building a library, a standard compliant library that will allow us to, instead of using skip in the test, we can kind of disable a functionality based on an environment variable or a parameter that we pass in. He wants to do that globally. It's a pretty good library. It's very useful, but it's also hard. He just sent me a message this morning saying this is hard. I was like, yep, most of what we do sometimes gets a little harder. When it's hard, that means that there is lesser and lesser people that are willing to go the extra mile to make it happen, right? Which is, it kind of increases dramatically your chance of building something unique and useful, right? If it's easy, probably there's 20 million people out there are doing the same thing, right? But if it's hard and harder, you're probably up to something really cool, really, really cool. I was just talking to a friend of mine about adding a YouTube icon next to every line of code. So if you want to see the moment in time in a stream on YouTube where this line of code was written, and he just talked to me for like a couple of hours. I didn't even eat enough, he was just, how are you going to solve this? Are you going to use AI? Are you going to scan the video? I'm like, chill. We are going to have to record on Visual Studio to make this something like this happen. I can't wait to show this to the community. It's going to be great. Ricky, what's happening with your internet?
It just went Dubai on me.
It went full Dubai on you. Yusuf, this is a long-running joke. We had a couple of people from Dubai kind of streaming with us, and the internet was just garbage, just pure garbage.
Really, Dubai, the place that has
Yeah.
all the money,
Yep, exactly. Well,
but
it
not
depends.
internet.
Well, it depends on what plan you have, right? You could be
Right.
2,000 gigs or you could be 1 gig. And since then, it just became the community's kind of rumor, just kind of joke. Every time the internet goes down, be like, how's Dubai doing? You moved in there? Bad.
Right.
It's really bad.
Wow. Oh, Hassan, I forgot to tell you. I don't know if I told you this already, but I'm going to Gambia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you told
Yeah.
me. You're gonna call us from there, right?
I hope so. I don't actually know what it's gonna be like. I've never gone, I don't know like how internet is or anything. I'm not even gonna bring my laptop because I don't want to have to
Look,
worry too much about it.
I don't care what you do. Call me from there and join a stream because we have nobody from Africa joining these streams except for Sharaf. And Sharaf is from Egypt, and he
Right.
joins just to kind of, share some thoughts and stuff, but never really on the stream. I think he asked me somewhere, can I join? Of course you can join. You're in the channel, just join. Like, why do you have to ask? So definitely call me from there. It's important.
Right. For sure. No, I definitely will.
Mhm. Robert says UAE has a nice firewall. Yep. You can't actually use the normal Skype or communication kind of like you can't just do a call in UAE. You have to use their service, I think. You have to use because the service is owned by the government. So that's how they're gonna make you use it. But you can't just call someone on Skype over there, Be like, nope, you're not allowed to go through that. Everything is monitored and it's interesting.
From Dubai.
From Dubai, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Okay. That's for the usage. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We're almost there. This is the heaviest part of any one of these tests is to kind of do the randomization, and I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. But I think the models are going to get thinner and thinner. I don't know how big is the edit piece, Brian. Can you take a quick look at the API reference and tell me? I think
I think it's all much the same, and we're now
they're all completions. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much what we're saying is what we're we're pre-supplying text before and after and stuff like that.
What about fine tuning? Like when you kind of stream a fine tuned model. I know that the next sprint, what we're gonna do is list all the models for this account. It's not gonna be as much. It's gonna be very simple. Like you don't even have a parameter. But maybe in the future we'll be able to go and say, here's a processing service that gives you the ability to filter based on type, filter based on that. But for now, it'll be retrieve all models async, and I think Brian already did something around that. We're just gonna use this kind of expertise to kind of move this forward this way. It's good. Good practice. So there's chat, there's edits. Okay, there's text completions, chats, edits, fine tuning, and then we start getting into the beta stuff, which is audio and image. I think that's pretty much it, as far as I remember. We're already 20% in.
The
Not too
fine
bad.
tuning model. The fine tuning model doesn't look terribly complex.
How many properties does it have? Other than just pasting a file in there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like about 11.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to find a way to simplify this. I know these things are there for a reason, but we're gonna have to simplify this thing. We must. Oh, I figured it out. Look at this. Show headlines. Look under my name. Elbic, check this out. Ah, I was just talking to Brian. How can I like give people a way where they can kind of, add like a title underneath or whatever? I figured it out. I figured it out. So the next time people kind of join in, they'll be able to kind of add a little title underneath or a headline underneath. I like it. I saw the folks on the inside.net channel doing it. You know, Cecil loves to do these things. He will just tinker around everywhere until he figures out every knob. I think it's pretty sweet. It still says OData advocate from the from the last session. Look. Cool. All right, Kylo, moment of truth. Damn. Type namespace chat request. Okay, do you want me to take it for a bit? Or what do you want to do?
I think it's
Give me
just my thing. It's my
Yeah,
Visual
give me
Studio.
the
I
test
think
as a
it's
whip. Yeah, give me that.
yeah, it's pretty much done. I think.
Let me take a look. Ricky, get ready. I'm gonna fix it, and I'm gonna make it work. Elbook, please give iGrice or IG Rice. Give him a copy of the standard link. Here we go. I'm just gonna try to find out the pieces that are missing. Don't save. Wait, did it not push to Ricky because I didn't know you already solved that problem. So, okay, let's see here. So I'm building this. If it fails, we'll fix the issues there. All right, here we go. I OpenAI broker. Uh, Pulse chat completion async. So these two, broker, I OpenAI broker mock. Did we not expose on the broker side? Let's see here. Web, that will list everything down. And then on the chat completions, this is available. And this is post completion, post chat completion request async. So let me go back to the test here. It's just the name. Okay. Post chat completion request. And then if that's correct, then let me rebuild this real quick. Ricky, are you ready, Freddy? I'm gonna run the test. Here we go. And then let's do this. Running all the tests. Should
I
have
hope
one
so.
fail. I know your internet is freaking out right now, so if you're not sure, I'll take a look at it. Okay, we have a failure. Is it failing for the right reasons though? Let's see. Nope, it says cannot convert a type anonymous string to a chat completion message. So let's see where that is. Let's go here. Chat completion message. And this is on line 18. So line 18, which is here. Oh, that's just the method name. Okay. And if I go up in here, it basically says the chat completion message. Where is that? I see this one here, messages. Okay. So the chat completion request messages is a chat completion message array, right? But in the properties in here, what we created is a dynamic. So we need some mapping there, okay, I think. That's the trick. So let me go back here. So something like for each, right? And I need to map this into a dynamic array. So this here, dynamic, like this. And then I can take all of this here, right? And I can go and start saying for each in here. And here is your message. And this guy basically will return. I could just say select, right? Select, right? And this guy will return a new chat completion message, right? And this chat completion message will have a role in here. So it's message.role and content, message.content. So that should do the trick for us. So let's see if that kind of fixes that problem. Let's go ahead in here. Oh, it's not super happy. What is the type on this guy? Array? Okay, dot to array of chat completion massage, like that. Let's see now if it's happy. Okay, so the new error, chat completions, completion choice. Okay, where is that coming from? That's line 49. The choices. Okay, I think it might be pretty much the same thing. So choices in here. I don't need to do this anymore. Cool. So what is the choices here? If I look at choices, get random completion choices, this guy is coming in index and message, and yeah, pretty much the same thing. So let me go back here and do something very, very, very similar to this. So here's your choices. So it's a dynamic array, and then I can go here and say dot select, right? And here is a choice. Oh, look at that. Will you just look at that? But this guy doesn't have text anymore. It doesn't have log props. It has finish reason, and it has something else. It has uh, a chat completion message. So what did you do, Kay, for this one? Did you have to? Let's see here. So inside the choice, there's a message as well. That's crazy. Content and role.
There's
Do
one
we?
with the array, and then there's one with just the single.
Oh yeah, I see it in here. So this message, what is this? Is it just one? Hold on.
Yeah.
Is it?
Isn't that the same one that you did for the message property? But it was
Uh,
inside the choice, right?
yes, but I also wanna like. You're right, but inside that chat completion choice, oh, there's a chat completion message. So if Kailu, okay, so the message here, that's right. So the message equal new chat completion message, and inside that there will be something like this. If this is done the way I expect it to. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
It should be, right? Okay. Okay, let me make this run. One more for the go.
Probably for the external models as well. Probably the same thing.
Yeah, it's complaining about chat completion usage. Aha. Okay, what's the usage? The usage in here is chat completion usage. You basically created prompt token, completion tokens, and this is just one object. Cool, I can do that. So you basically want to go and say new chat completion usage like this. And you basically want to go here and say, okay, for each one of these, I need an assignment. So chat completion properties equal usage dot completion tokens. Can AI complete the rest for me? Ah, so sweet. I don't think it has model though. Let's see, what does it have? Oh, completion tokens, total tokens, and prompt tokens. This guy's tripping. Prompt tokens and total tokens. So it means that this should be prompt tokens and this should be total tokens. Something like that. That should do that trick. Let's run this again.
Probably a similar error in the external models.
In here, is it kind
Yeah,
of the
yeah, you have to do the similar mappings, except you call that external.
that's cool. Let's do that. So in the messages here, Kailu, was this the case also in the original test, or is this because these are new properties? Do you know?
Probably it's new properties, and I kind of done in a different way.
No worries. Let's fix it. So there's this guy. And then in the, so this is chat completion messages, this is good. And then I expect the choices too to have the same problem, right? So I'm gonna take all of
Yeah,
this, and that would be choices and usages. I'm gonna break that down, and this will be external chat completion, and this is external chat completion message, external, like that, and this here is external chat completion usage. Yeah, that should do the trick, I think.
yeah,
Let's run this
that
guy.
hopefully should do the trick.
Give me a good error. Method or operation not implemented. Fantastic. All right. Ricky, are you ready? Ready, Freddy? You wanna take that one?
Sure.
It's very straightforward.
Oh, I also.
It really is. You're just doing some mapping.
Yeah, yeah. I'm basically gonna follow what the completion portion did for the convert, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's this guy? IG Rice. My name is literally translates to game. Games. I am Mao Mao Nice to meet you. Kailu, is that Chinese? Mao Mao Nice? Is that what it is?
Mao Mao sounds very like Chinese, but I can't assume.
I Grace, I Grace, are you from China? Fail. All right, take it, Ricky.
All right. Let me just pull latest.
That'd be nice.
Would be great.
Here's Ricky. Oh my God! Of course you have your own. You can call me Meow Tse Tung. Kailu, what's that name from? Is that Thailand?
Oh, come on.
What? Is that a bad name?
You know Mao Zedong, right?
No, I don't know what that
The
is. Educate me.
the Chairman Mao. You don't know Chairman Mao?
Oh, is that the former president of the People's Republic of China? Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, he is Chinese. Well, why is he saying no, I'm not? Giving me a headache. IG Rice. Anyway. Okay. I tried. I tried to make the dots make sense, but I couldn't. You know, Kailu, what is that a bad thing or a good thing? Whatever he's saying.
I think it has some explicit meaning, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Kailu, is that true?
I can't assume, but
IG Rice, I'll ban your ass outside of the channel. You better act like a grown up. I have all power. The community, the channel, the world. You better. Are you playing, bro? Huh? Okay, we'll wait. All right. Sorry about that. I'm a game developer from Europe. Any variation on meow works for me. I don't know history of say tongue. Sorry if it was offensive. No, he doesn't mean anything. He's all right. Hello, he's all right. He's fine.
That's a joke.
well, I say those who don't know then don't know. Those who knows then right.
That's true.
Okay. Even Eric Jonathan says Mao Mao not Chinese. Mao can mean cat. Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
But Mao Zedong, it's definitely who can explain it.
Expletive.
Who can
Explain it to
explain
me
it?
after the chat. I swear to God, IG Rice, if you're playing around, you're playing with the wrong people. A bunch of hackers will find you. We'll ban you on every channel. All right. Okay, Ricky, show me what you got.
I'm just basically passing the convert method
Yep.
during
Yep.
completion. So I'm just
Yep.
doing some renamings, and probably I need to fix the properties.
Okay.
So this would be a chat. All right, I need to also rename this chat.
Okay.
I believe the renaming is good. Now I just need to fix the properties. Let me see the tests.
Okay.
No, not this one. It's the same. Okay.
You shouldn't need to change the test. Oh, you're just looking at it. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I just want to see the properties so I can.
Okay.
Okay, so you're converting it from external.
Okay.
Random complete response.
No, guys, the guy's name, he's trying to tell us his Discord name is called Mao Mao. He just joined Discord. We just went crazy on the guy, or I did, rather.
Don't play stupid.
Kailu's like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. This, this group is from all over the world. They'll explain to me. You can play games with me all you want, but they'll explain to me things. Anyway, I think we'll be fine.
Can you help me out here? We're trying to send the response or the actual model, the check completion one, right?
Brian, what do you think?
Right, because we
You're
have
on
the
mute. You're
response
on
here.
mute. You're on mute.
Okay.
So what we're doing here is we're just trying to get the method to work, and I think it's even stubbed there for you, isn't it?
Yeah. So ID object created completed choice. Okay. Where am I? So let me just do it from.
Okay.
And yeah, this. Have this.
That's all. I think I'm gonna hop off. But
Okay,
thanks for letting
friend.
me join again. Yeah, next time I'm gonna do some reading and gearing up so that I can
Yeah,
hop on and do some coding myself, like, if
sounds good.
possible.
We'll be
Yeah,
handling some
appreciate it.
exceptions tomorrow, so whenever you're ready. Talk to you later.
Okay,
Take care.
okay. Y'all take care. Peace.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.
So this would be chat completion choice, right? Yeah. Finish reason. It would be choice. Reason. Sorry if I'm doing this the slow way. So
Take your time.
We know you're warming up.
Brian and I were talking about this earlier. It's really the community engagement, just people being able to hop in, and you should see the earlier two sessions that we had. We had a 2.5 hour session. We're almost done here. As long as we're keeping it within hour, hour and a half, I think we'll be fine.
I
No
think you
rush.
missed a semicolon there, mate.
uh
Or a
chat.
comma.
Completion
Yeah,
message.
Mhm.
have to pass the message.
Mhm.
Yeah. Content would be choice.
Elbic, keep an eye on these two liners and properties. We still give them an empty new line in between. Like these properties that have multi-line, we still give them that one empty space to just something for you to kind of take care of after the PR is, before the PR is done. Yeah, you feel free to push code drops towards that. Is Ricky using JetBrains extensions? Ricky, are you using a JetBrains extension?
Nah, this it's probably the theme.
Okay, it's just the theme for Visual Studio.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what do I need from this one. So yeah, it's just string and roll. So let me just do okay. Yeah, exactly. Message and then content. What am I doing wrong? Choice select just
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for some reason I can't get the message here.
Why is that? So you have the
Is
chat
it this?
choice you're iterating, right?
Yeah.
And if you type in choice.message, type message in there.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just
Oh,
I get text, but I don't know if that's
let's see. Right click on these choices. Right click on the choices piece
on the choices. Okay.
on line 36. Yeah, right click, go to the type of these choices.
Oh, okay. External completion choice.
Yeah, go inside that guy. So the
Ah,
mess.
it well, okay, now I'm confused. I think it's a text then?
No, I think you're in the wrong place. Do control minus, go back.
Trim minus.
So you are mapping from chat completion response. You're building that chat completion. You have ID created and then choices. And inside choices, there is no message.
I mean, okay. Then
Where did you get message from?
I mean that's the what the intelligence said. Let me see.
Ah,
Yeah.
why does it say message in there though?
And if
That's
I go
interesting.
to chat complete message, there's a chat completion message here.
Go inside chat completion message for me.
Sure.
So this has role and content. And the external model, go to external completion response. I think the message is part of the request, not the response, as far as I understand it. But I could be wrong. So inside the external completion choice, there is no message there, right?
Well, yeah, I get. Yeah, you do have a point. Maybe because you're already sending the the result of it, right? So
No. Wait. Go back to external completion response real quick.
sure.
Chat completions or
Oh,
completions?
yeah. Chat completion response.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
And then go inside the choice for this one. So this guy has a message too. So whatever you're receiving from the outside world, you should have a message. So something is wrong with the casting. Do control minus minus. Let's just go back to this mapping that you were doing. Okay, so at the top here, did you copy that convert to chat completion?
Well, yeah, I did renaming.
Look at the type. Line 29.
Ah, okay.
Line 29.
Sternum. Yeah.
Kylo, what do we call this? There's a name for this. What's it called? Copy pasta. All right, man.
Let's rename. So yeah.
Now maybe the world is a better place. Let's see.
Yep.
Check completion message.
There you go.
Put a new line after 42.
Okay, gotcha.
So this should say choice.message.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it working. My fault.
I'll have fun with you for a little bit. This is why I do these sessions, just to troll people. Forget about code, forget about learning. Especially with Ricky, because in real life I would just run away. This guy is double height, right? So I would have messed with him, but he's all the way far there. I could do whatever I want. What up, Ricky? just gonna have fun with him. Yeah, you need a return statement for this one, and then a semicolon.
Return statement.
Yeah, so you see where you say line 39, you need a return, and then line 49, you need a semicolon there.
Oh, right. But I can return this to an array, right?
Yeah, but you still need to say return.
Oh, sorry.
Line 39. No. Just line 39, say return.
Okay. Then instead the to array. Okay.
He's like you, Brian. He doesn't like to be on the.
Oh.
It's all right, Ricky. I feel for you. I know what he's doing.
It's fine. I mean, it's a circle, right? So.
You're gonna need to define a new chat usage because it's its own. It's not an array. It's just one model, one object.
What are you talking about?
so line 52 after usage equal, just type in new chat completion usage.
Okay.
It just gets worse the further you get behind.
Brian, Ashley from England, not Ashley, Callum. He was telling Paul, why do you keep going back to these sessions? You're being executed publicly. He said to him, you better read the standard and know your homework because he's not gonna stop, man. And then Paul, a couple of days ago, he was saying, why do I keep showing up to these sessions? I don't need this. I don't need this in my life.
See, is that?
Oh, Paul.
I hope that's all of it. Yeah.
Okay, I think, well, we have a test that'll tell us. We'll find out really fast.
So.
But we gotta do the calls and all that.
Yeah, so I would need a chat completion response if I'm not mistaken.
External chat completion response is what you need.
Oh. I keep
Stay alive, Ricky. I'm here with you. Kind of.
up. In front of everybody.
In front of the
on the live stream. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, right?
if Ricky was here, I'd be like, yes, Mr. Ricky, whatever you need. No. You didn't miss anything. You're totally fine. It's my problem. Okay.
Maybe I did wrong.
Hmm.
This orange screen reminds me of my early days. I used to have an amber screen.
I know he's going full 1980 there. I'm like, I don't know what he's doing to us, but my eye is watering. I don't know if it's from laughing or from he's doing something. He's doing something. He's retaliating somehow. So Ricky, what are we trying to do? The chat completion that's coming in, right, has a local model that needs to be converted to an external model, right?
Okay.
So we need an external chat completion request first.
Oh, okay. So
Stay alive, son. Let's
yeah,
go.
I'm just trying to look into the
Mm-hmm.
example here. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah. Uh,
You need one of these,
that
basically.
this one, right? Yeah, and then I need to change this to using chat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my mistake again.
Be careful with the copy paste on this because the
Yes.
properties are
Well,
Yeah.
we will be here to enjoy every single copy pasta.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mistakes are scarier than monsters. I was in an office, in one of the companies I worked for in the past, and they had these little BB gun, the little kind of they just shoot little kind of tiny little bowls, and every time we find something in a pull request, we just pop like this. I mean, that guy would be super focused on something, and then it just hits them in the head. Like, what was that for? I was like, your code is garbage. I didn't know what to tell you.
All them configuration.
Good times, and then HR got involved, and we had to chill out. Seriously,
You got I'm not afraid to say I have no idea what I'm doing. So what
nobody
was the
does.
trick? What was the trick? What was the trick that you did that you kind of like took all the properties, right? It's,
Oh, go back to the test. Go back
yeah.
to the test. Oh, you want help? You could just ask.
I mean, yeah. Help.
Okay, listen, let's do this. So go back to Kailu's test, to the actual logic of the test.
Right. Sorry. Yeah.
Um, let's see here. So what you want to do really is just go ahead and find the piece where we convert it to external check. Yeah, that guy.
This one.
So yeah, so do Alt and just select all the way down. Alt. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that basically takes care of all the properties that you need, except that we have some mapping going on there, but we will take care of that in a second. But
Yeah.
so far, so good, right? Just copy that whole, actually, just copy this whole box. Copy all of it.
It was.
No, just select all. Just
I
just
just.
do a normal select all. You're fine.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I,
Yep.
he's trying to use the keyboard, but
Yeah, you're fine. We'll do some magic at some point in time, but not this one. Not this one. Okay, yeah, just slam that in there.
Yeah.
Now, everywhere where it says random, whatever, you
Yeah.
just want to replace it with,
External.
no, you just want to replace it with chat completion dot request. This is where it gets fun. Double click on that random chat completion properties.
How about just check
Bro,
shit?
sure, you could do that. I was gonna show you something, but
Oh, go ahead. No, I'm open to it.
do you want it? Do you want to see the stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
So double click on that guy,
Okay. My bad. Yeah.
and then Alt Shift period.
Alt Shift period. Two
Keep
times.
going. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going.
Oh. Oh.
Get
Oh.
all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's
Okay, and then just type in there. Just type in there chat completion.
completion.
Dot
Magic.
request.
Oh, this is so cool. Anyway,
That's it.
request-
And just like that, you're done. The only difference is you don't need that dynamic array mapping that I had to do earlier because these are not really dynamic properties. So you should be good to go there. Yeah,
I
take
can,
all of that out. That's it.
oh, nice.
Scroll down. What happened here? Did you select too many things? No, I think you should be good. So convert to chat completion request is just one part. Right, we'll get to the rest of them. Just keep going. I'm watching.
Oh boy, no pressure.
The eye is Sauron. Brian, they did shoot Lord of the Rings over there up your neck of the woods, right? In Australia, right?
I actually thought it was in New Zealand. I'm not sure.
Oh, New Zealand, that's right. Psh,
Mm.
always get these. Have you guys seen the flag, the New Zealand flag and the Australian flag? Talk about confusing the rest of the world. It, while Ricky's doing with this, I'm gonna take his screen and just completely change the topic because, Ricky gets a chance. We've been going hard on this guy. Let him have a break. So here is versus Australia flags. Just look at the difference and tell me, like, I don't know. Here's the difference between the two flags. Brian, how do you feel about that?
I grew up with this.
Yeah, to you, this is like, what are you talking about? This is exactly different. Kailu, do you see this? They're the same flag, except that one of them has one star in here, and there's another star in here, and one is red. Yeah, that you're playing find the difference here, my friend. You literally like find Waldo. That's what's happening in here.
The
Brian, why
stars,
is it?
the
Why is
stars
that?
have the stars have something to do with the Southern Cross, I believe. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
those stars, except those two extra stars, they're on the
mm.
exact same spot.
And they look different. Look, I just noticed another difference. I am really playing find the difference. So one of them has like different, so these are just stars. These are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kind of, you see how they're different? But hey, let's confuse you. This one here is not like these. What the heck, Brian?
Mm.
Why?
Even apparently, I'm not 100% on all the fine details, but apparently, to see the Union Jack, the other part of the flag there,
Mm.
the width of the white sections has meaning as well, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Also, the red is different. You guys can see this. The red here is
It's
different
big.
than the red here.
Yeah.
But they're talking about the same thing, the United Kingdom, I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we're all part of the Commonwealth.
Commonwealth, the
Mm,
Commonwealth, right?
mm.
Okay, Brian, whatever. Sure, sure. Go ahead, Brian. Imagine someone like me just saying, "Hey, I'm going to Australia. That must be the airplane," and it's a New Zealand
All
because I
right.
did because I
I
didn't
grew,
pay attention in school. That's why.
I grew up in a little country town called Casino, and there's so many tourists get off the bus there looking for the casino.
Oh
It's
my
just
God.
same sort of thing.
Oh, wait a second. Ricky, did you make it pass?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Unbelievable.
I was already taking my time just watching the flags, you know.
Whoa.
Pressure off, pressure
Wow.
off.
Oh
Job
yeah.
done.
Oh yeah. There's
Yep, just
miles
just
of
take the
difference.
screen
Miles of difference. You see.
just take the screen away from this brother and
Yeah.
everything will be fine. All right, tomorrow we'll do validations, maybe do some exceptions. Brian and Elbic, get ready because you guys gonna be the ones. Actually, Brian did do the data, so it's gonna be Elbic and I, and then we'll circle back to Brian and so on and so forth. Um, this is just one step further. This is the heaviest part. The rest of it is really just a walk in the park. I appreciate it. And then I saw this comment from iGrice. He said, "You guys are wizard." I'm honestly a little bit shocked with what I stumbled upon. My kind of jam Discord is also fire. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Ricky, you did push that stuff, right? I do
That's
trust that.
uh,
Okay. All right. And that kind of wraps it up. I appreciate you all for kind of tuning in. We did even better than last time. Last time we did 2.5 hours. This time it's just, a little bit over an hour and a half. A little tiny bit. Appreciate you all. Keep keep it going, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you tomorrow. Take care.